Let nobody tell us this is not an attack on Modi. Of course it's an attack on Modi. Apart from naming Modi, Nitish Kumar has done everything and said everything in that interview. So it is Nitish Kumar versus Narendra Modi. On the debate to bite, Subramanian Swamy is on with us. Vinod Sharma, who is the political editor of the Hindustan Times. Thank you very much. I'm joined tonight by Mahesh Jethmalani, BJP leader from Mumbai, Swapan Dasgupta, senior journalist and columnist from Delhi, Asaduddin Owaisi, member of parliament from Hyderabad, and Devesh Chandra Thakur. My first question, sir, is to you. What was the need, Mr. Thakur,
yes,
for this kind of a direct, personal, 7-point attack on Narendra Modi? Is this a declaration of your leader Nitish Kumar's prime ministerial ambitions or his insecurity?
Arnav, I think it is neither. You are forgetting it's not that Honorable Nitish Kumar held a press conference and said all these things. Some journalists from Economic Times came for an interview and he answered all the questions in the interview. So it's not that he on his own asked for called for a press conference and gave on all these conditions and all that.
That doesn't matter.
The timing is...
No, it doesn't matter whether he was, it doesn't matter whether he was asked to say it, Mr. Thakur. Nobody can ask him to say anything. Well, it doesn't matter whether he said it in a speech, a rally, a press conference or an interview. The fact is he has attacked Narendra Modi directly and quite personally.
Yes. No, I don't think it has been personal. He has just put forward his view as a partner of the NDA.
Right.
He has just put forward his personal view or a view of the party.
That not
I think
Modi.
He is within his rights to say that. He has not named anyone.
He's talking about Modi.
We will not make any compromise on
He's talking about Modi.
Our secularism is concerned.
Is there
exactly. He has not mentioned Mr. Modi. He has not mentioned. He has said that we are not going to compromise on our secular agenda and we are not going to accept any.
He's talking about Modi.
As far as the name for the prime ministership is concerned.
He's talking about Modi. I want you to admit that he's talking about Modi.
He has not mentioned any name, Arnab. He has put forward his views that we are going to stick to secularism.
So there are no, people can see through this. You can't, this suggestive politics is difficult one. If you're attacking Modi, you attack Modi. If you're not attacking Modi, you don't attack. So I feel the attack is on Modi. Because he says...
That might be your way of thinking. It might not be Nitish Kumar's way.
Okay, let's get a second point of view. Is the reference to Modi? Swapan Dasgupta is the reference to Modi in Nitish Kumar's interview.
Well, I have little doubt that it is an allusion to Narendra Modi, and it corresponds more or less with certain very known and stated positions of Nitish Kumar so far. So I'm not very surprised. You see, but I think you're overreading this. What has happened is that following the BJP National Executive in Mumbai, there have been certain moves. There is the emergence of Narendra Modi on the national stage. There is a possibility, in fact a strong possibility, of perhaps Narendra Modi being appointed as the BJP's #1 national leader. Whether that translates into the prime ministerial candidate or not, we do not know. Under the circumstances, given the very preliminary nature of it, I think Nitish Kumar has every right to...
No, I am not questioning the right.
On the process.
No, I'm not questioning the right. I'm asking you whether...
But this is not necessarily the last word on the subject.
No.
If, in India, we don't have the system of primaries. But if you were to look upon it as the advent of a particular leader on the national stage and others giving their pros and cons, etc., including certain barbed comments about it. And I think it all depends on the extent to which Narendra Modi has a degree of national acceptability. If he has national acceptability, which cuts across the board, which is not confined merely to Western India, extends to Bihar as well, I think you will find that perhaps entrenched positions such as these will perforce be modified.
Mr. Dasgupta.
So we are seeing at a very early stage.
No, of course it's an early stage, but that's precisely why.
Yeah, exactly, and I think therefore, for you to contemplate at this point, to say, ask sort of questions like, are they heading for a split, etc., to my mind is very, very premature.
Well, I think
we have a situation. We have a situation where there is going to be elections, and obviously there will be leaders who will be thrown up by the political processes. And they will be tested both in terms of personal popularity among the electorate as well as political acceptability among the politicians.
Mr. Dasgupta,
this is part of that.
Mr. Dasgupta, this point is being made 3 times in the course of this interview. I would gladly agree with you that I'm overplaying it, but I think that many people are underplaying it given the fact that he has said seven times he has snubbed Narendra Modi in that interview, and 3 times he is saying that it is time for the Prime Minister, for the NDA to declare its candidate in advance 2 years before the elections. Why is he saying so? Let's get Asaduddin Owaisi into this.
Yes.
Mr. Owaisi.
I think Mr. Owaisi being an expert on the NDA, presumably.
I'll come back to, I just want to get all perspectives in, Mr. Dasgupta, on this. Is this, in your view, are these valid observations which are being made vis-a-vis Narendra Modi here by Nitish Kumar? Have you seen the interview and what is your observation on it?
Arnab Goswami, just now Mr. Dasgupta has called me an expert. Let me just put a point to him.
Yes.
That could he please enlighten a person like me, a layman, that isn't NDA in disarray, and on what basis you take a person in NDA who has called your own great Vajpayee as a British informer. He had written a letter to Sri Moraji Desai, and that person who I am referring to, Mr. Arnab Goswami, is right in your studio. I am surprised that the NDA BJP holds Vajpayee in such a high esteem, and you take in a person who called Vajpayee a British informer and wrote a letter. Secondly, Mr. Arnab Goswami, there is no way, if let us say for argument's sake, Modi is projected. I have met Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy and during the course of our discussion in Chanchalguda jail, he told me very categorically, the good part about this whole thing is there will be nothing doing. I will not go with communal party like NDA or BJP at all. The third point is, the reason Advani couldn't make a progress in 2004 and in 9 was because Mr. Advani was identified directly with the demolition of Babri Masjid. Fourth, if Modi is projected, you be rest assured that the 19% of the minority vote and a substantial number of majority community vote who are secular in nature will directly come to UPA. You will be giving them on a platter to UPA.
I take, now let's get Mahesh Jethmalani in. Let's get all views in. Welcome Mr. Yatin Oza to the debate tonight.
Thank you.
Now, Mr. Mahesh Jethmalani, is it time for the BJP to back off, maybe go slow a little bit, because Nitish Kumar has made it very clear. I am very uncomfortable with Narendra Modi. You continue this projection of Narendra Modi and I will walk out of the NDA. This is essentially what he is saying. I don't see any other message in this Economic Times interview. What do you think?
Well, it may be your interpretation and that of the Economic Times may be right, because I've noticed that the Economic Times has then gone on to say that it was a reference to Narendra Modi, but we have Mr. Thakur here, who's the spokesperson, and he said it wasn't a reference to anybody else. So unless Nitishji comes out openly and says who his objections are to, what he says about the candidature of the leader of the NDA or the BJP, that he must be somebody with a liberal frame of mind, he must respect democratic values, all that is unacceptable. Those qualities certainly be fine in almost every potential Prime Minister in the BJP.
No, but let's not talk theoretically.
Will find.
No, let's not talk theoretically. Specifically, my question to you is on 3 adjectives which are in the interview. Yes. In your view, Mr. Mahesh, let's open up the debate. In your view, does Narendra Modi have, in the words of Nitish Kumar, secular credentials? 1. B, no rough edges in his personality, and seen as accommodating. I'm taking only 3 of the 7 or 8 ways in which Mr. Nitish Kumar has described what an NDA prime ministerial candidate should be like. Does Narendra Modi have these qualities? Then we'll open this up.
Well, on all the other qualities, on all the 6 of the 7 qualities, I would have to say a resounding yes. As far as the question of secular is concerned, we will have to define what secularism means.
Define.
And that opens up a whole area of debate. Yes, he has been dogged by controversy on the Gujarat 2002 riots, but the question is moot. And until the courts give a definitive verdict on his role therein, I am not willing. Since the matter is sub judice, I have studiously avoided making a comment on secular credentials as defined by the so-called secularists in this country. So I will await that, and then we'll debate secularism.
Well, obviously Mr. Nitish Kumar wants to spark off a debate. And therefore I now go to Vinod Sharma, then I'm opening this up. No, he wants to spark off. He wants a debate to happen on Mr. Narendra Modi's projection as Prime Minister, which he is worried is happening. I mean, we'll have to define what secularism is, says Mahesh Jetmalani. Vinod Sharma, let's get your view on it. What do you think of Nitish Kumar's interview?
Well, 2 points, Arnab. First of all, I think that Swapan is right that the provocation came from the BJP's National Executive meeting in Mumbai, where there was an excessive projection of Mr. Narendra Modi. It seemed that he was leading the party by its nose, and perhaps that is where the provocation lies. But at the same time, may I point out that making Modi an issue at the national level might, given the mindset of the Gujarat voter, might help him in the assembly elections finally.
But
and much will depend on how Narendra Modi performs in the assembly elections in Gujarat. And that is what will be the starting point for his journey, if at all, at the national scene. Indeed, having had some degree of acquaintance with Nitish Kumar, I may say that Nitish is not going to compromise on this issue. And there is not going to be any split. In fact, there may be, broadly Sushil Modi speaking the language of Nitish Kumar. And I wouldn't put it beyond the pale of possibility. And I'm not being, trying to raise some spectre which is not possible, but there could be a possibility of the Bihar unit of BJP thinking differently from the national unit of BJP if Mr. Modi is indeed projected as the leader nationally.
Well, I don't want to get drawn into this debate about whether it will be good for Narendra Modi or bad for Narendra Modi if the issue is discussed. The fact is that you have one prime ministerial aspirant, Nitish Kumar. I'm looking at it very simply. One man who wants to be prime minister, taking on another man who wants to be prime minister. I mean, that's a simple story. I don't want to get drawn into whether it's good or bad or overplaying or underplaying. Nitish Kumar has done this and he's done it deliberately.
Well, may I say it's my personal...
Yeah, I get your point. But let's get...
My personal assessment is, my personal assessment is that in a coalition situation, it is easier for coalition partners with variegated constituencies to accept a person who comes across as more inclusive, and that is perhaps was the success of Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
That's the idea.
He could become Prime Minister despite having contributed relatively lesser in the growth of the party than Mr. Advani. He became Prime Minister for the same reason.
He's a canny politician. He is trying to draw Narendra Modi into the debate. Mahesh Jetmalani raised his hand. We're opening up the debate right now. Yes, Mr. Jetmalani.
No, all I'm saying, if you are going by the interview in the Economic Times today, then you have to be fair to Nitish Kumar. You have made an insinuation that this is
Well, you know, I don't know about his being secular. I do know that Devesh Thakur has said that he is not secular. And I'd like to, coming to you, Swapanda, just 1 minute. I want to get Yatin Oza coming back straight to you after that. No, one second. Yatin Oza, Devesh Thakur said, and he's listening to you tonight. He's Nitish Kumar's very close aide. And he says, Narendra Modi is not a secular person. The whole country has seen what has happened in Gujarat. We are aware of Narendra Modi's ideologies. We are aware of Narendra Modi's statements. Anyone who has followed Narendra Modi for 10-15 years will agree with my views. Devesh Thakur has also said tonight, and he's listening to you, we will not accept Narendra Modi as Prime Minister. We might part ways, he has said. There is no doubt about it. We cannot accept a communal person.
I don't know,
we cannot be part of an alliance. I don't know why. You know, it's the writing is on the wall. What do you think?
I really don't know whether this is Mr. Nitish Kumar's version or Mr. Thakur's version 1. Secondly, how long you want to keep the ghost alive? Just think of a chief minister who is facing a situation unmindful of the fact what is going to happen next day. 59 charred bodies. How will he face? What will he answer? And something behind his back happens overnight.
Mr. Oza.
We go by the official record.
Mr. Oza.
We go by the official record.
Mr. Oza, I want you to respond to I want you to respond to Mr. Devesh Thakur. I didn't say this, Mr. Devesh Thakur said it. And if I'm misquoting Mr. Devesh Thakur, then he can contradict me right now.
Mr. Devesh Thakur will wait for 6 months, and people of Gujarat, Muslims and Christians, brothers and sisters of Gujarat, will look at with what great majority they vote for Mr. Modi.
But will Mr.
If the people of Gujarat, whose case is being canvassed by all others outside Gujarat, they accept Mr. Narendra Modi overwhelmingly. I am talking of minorities. I am not talking of majority.
Mr.
If
Thakur,
they wholeheartedly accept Mr. Narendra Modi, if they put their thumbs up on Mr. Narendra Modi, then I think nobody in the country or the world will thereafter have any right to speak.
So the Gujarat elections will make the BJP, will make Nitish Kumar eat his words. Okay, so Devesh Thakur,
I am only concentrating.
Devesh Thakur, Mr. Yatin Oza says that the Gujarat elections will make you eat your words about Narendra Modi.
90% of Christians.
You will have to change your position on Narendra Modi. The politics of it will make you change your position.
Good luck to Mr. Oja, good luck to Mr. Modi, good luck to the people of Gujarat as far as the Gujarat elections are concerned. We are not bothered about that. We are talking about the country. We are talking about the possible, probable Prime Ministerial candidate of the NDA. We are not talking here about Gujarat. The issue is not Gujarat.
No, we
are talking about the country.
Gujarat. But you are branding Mr. Modi.
You are talking about Gujarat election.
Person, because what happened in Gujarat, if those very people of Gujarat endorses Mr. Modi's policies and program, endorses his style of functioning, endorses his rule in Gujarat for 10 years, I think
let's get other views in on whether it will change things.
I'm sorry, Arnav, political success cannot wash away your crimes.
Unless you are a pseudo-secular.
Political success cannot wash away the crime of any politician. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, you must respect the sentiments of Muslims and Christians in Gujarat if they wholeheartedly endorse.
No, political success cannot
Political success cannot wash away your crimes. You remind me of, would you like to forgive Hitler for all the crimes just because of the developments that he did there? I'm sorry. Political success cannot wash away your crimes.
I am on the people whose cause you champion
about. As I told you, good luck to you as far as Gujarat is concerned. Good luck to you as far as Gujarat is concerned.
Mr. Thakur, we will meet again.
Definitely, Mr. Oja. Definitely.
But I personally
I told you good luck to you as far as Gujarat is concerned.
Whatever Mr. Thakur says,
I find zero.
Nitish Kumar on two statements. 1 minute, please. 1 minute. Mr. Nitish Kumar has in no uncertain terms said that a person should be a secular.
Yes.
Nobody disputes it, and there is no other alternative. He has not named Mr. Modi And secondly,
Devesh Thakur has said Narendra Modi is not secular.
Because
you can ask Devesh Thakur, he's on record to say Narendra Modi is not secular.
BJP leadership.
I have a right to an opinion, and I will say it again.
You can ask Mr. Devesh Thakur.
And I don't as to who will be the prime ministerial candidate.
I would go as far as to say that I think Mr. Devesh Thakur is saying so because he has Mr. Nitish Kumar's approval to say so. I don't think Mr. Devesh Thakur will be on Times Now tonight and say something that his party leader will disapprove. This is real politics, gentlemen. In real politics, Devesh Thakur is not being asked to say this today. Sushil Modi is not being asked to say this today. All of a sudden, suddenly, because it is today, the 19th of January 2012, and we need to go out and take on Narendra Modi. It's all well thought out strategy going on. Mr. Dasgupta, what do you comment on this? This is well thought out political strategy.
I just want to look, yes, of course it's a well thought out political strategy. I don't disagree with that at all. I think, however, we have to look into certain things. Number one, there are debates on various issues at the moment. Number one, there is a debate in the BJP and in the NDA as to whether the party and the alliance should at all project someone as prime ministerial candidate or not. That's the first debate. The second debate is on the assumption that they do project someone as the prime ministerial candidate. Who should that be? As of now, Narendra Modi's name is one of those which is being touted about, and I fully agree with you that there should be a debate on that, because I think a debate to clarify matters with inputs from everybody, those who are in favor of him and those who are opposed to him, like Mr. Owaisi, I think they help ultimately in clarifying issues. There is also a debate, and I think that debate will be actually determined by how politics moves in the next year or so, as to whether Nitish Kumar, who is also a very competent person, a great leader of his party, a good chief minister of Bihar, and a very prominent anti-Congress person in his own right, whether he should actually be a leader. So these are various inputs which are there. It's actually in a gestation stage. These are manthan, as they call it. But there is one particular aspect of Nitish Kumar's intervention which I'm a little uncomfortable with.
Okay.
Which is when he said that by and large we should aspire that a person from one of the poorer states,
exactly,
rather than, I'm just paraphrasing it, from one of the poorer states rather than one of the developed states,
bizarre,
should actually be the prime ministerial candidate.
Bizarre.
Now I'm a little uncomfortable
bizarre
with that, because it would assume that any state which has achieved a measure of economic success
exactly,
and growth, etc., should be penalized.
No, he's not said that.
For its success.
No, he has not said
I know. I think there are some, of course he hasn't said that, but he has said that they should be from one of the poorest states.
No, he's not said that.
What I'm trying to suggest.
He's not said that.
Of course he said that. Arnab,
let me, with all respect, Mr. Dasgupta, I have the interview. Let me tell you what he said.
Candidate. No. On the basis from which state he comes to, or
sir, he has not said that.
Criteria should be competence.
Sir, he has not said that.
Be not the region,
Oza,
not the state. Criteria should be.
Mr. Oza, he has not said.
Should be.
No, you see why it's an attack on Narendra Modi. Vinod Sharma raised his hand, but I'd like to just say as I go to Vinod Sharma, he has not said he should be from the underdeveloped state. He said the NDA should have a leader who can feel for the underdeveloped states like Bihar. In other words, he's saying a person like Narendra Modi does not feel enough for the underdeveloped states of Bihar.
I think if okay, he may have chosen his words with a great deal of care, but I think the answer is that there would be that somehow you are disqualifying a successful.
Yes, somehow disqualifying. Of course, it's an exclusivist argument. Nitish Kumar is doing everything possible to say, Mr. Narendra Modi does not have these 7 qualities, right? So please, can he please step aside? Now, Vinod Sharma, please, wanted to come in. Yes.
I think that, the Mr. Thakur should be intervening here, but my reading of the interview is very different. I think that the genesis of this statement of Nitish Kumar about the poorer states lies in the recent barb that was hurled at Mr. Nitish Kumar by Mr. Narendra Modi. That states which are doing casteist politics are laggardly, they are behind.
No, but was he?
And that is where he is.
It was a barb at Lalu Prasad Yadav.
So I think that
it was a barb at Lalu Yadav.
States alone should give the Prime Minister, though the reality on the ground is that the poorer states have larger numbers in Parliament, be it Uttar Pradesh or be it Bihar. So, it is also a realistic proposition. So I do not think that we should overinterpret, but one thing is very clear, Arnab, that Mr. Nitish Kumar, who has consistently sought to maintain a distance from Mr. Narendra Modi, wants to widen that gap. Because closer you get to 2014, the better it is for him to present himself as a more acceptable nominee for the Prime Minister's office. You see, Mr. Narendra Modi, if he is projected, and this is today the reality, I do not know what's going to happen after the Gujarat elections, and I do not know what will happen after 2014, what number of seats the BJP gets, because that will also be a big factor in deciding as to who will be Prime Minister.
No, but
and
so
who's
this
acceptable
is
within the BJP, and thereafter BJP, whether it's in a position to foist the candidature
exactly.
or other partners.
Exactly.
So these are all, imponderables. We can't discuss that.
Precise.
But today, Mr. Nitish Kumar wants to show himself as a more acceptable candidate.
Of course, he wants to show himself as a more acceptable candidate. But Devesh Thakur, why are you quiet now? Would you please clarify your position?
You're reading, Arnab, sorry. You're reading too much into this, Arnab. When he has openly, categorically, he has stated that he is not in the race for Prime Ministership. He knows that Bihar, Janata Dal United is going to contest only in Bihar. How can he really dream for that seat of Prime Ministership? And then taking up an issue, whereas you might be offended. Yes, Arnab, let me complete.
Mr. Thakur, political leaders who don't even have 25 seats of their own have become Prime Minister of India. So let that not be an argument. He's strategizing.
Nitish Kumar is not one of them. Sorry, no. Nitish Kumar is not one of them. And then when he's trying to take up an issue, where people like the parties like BJP are coming on him, how do you really think that he's trying for that post by doing this?
No, he's
offending the biggest NDA partner by saying this, and you say that he's trying to become...
many people believe he's being asked by the BJP leadership to say the sections of the BJP leadership, Mahesh Jetpalani, let me get even more direct, are telling Nitish Kumar to say all this. The sections of the BJP leadership who have been uncomfortable after the BJP National Executive, forced to retreat, forced to see Sanjay Joshi throw. You're also smiling. Subramanian Swamy is smiling. I know I have hit the nail on the head. And you both know this is dead right. You know this is exactly what's happening. You're shadow boxing, and I don't. Wow, does anyone need this shadow boxing going on? This is shadow boxing.
No, again you are misreading a smile. Let me just tell you this. I am laughing because this is such a far-fetched theory.
Really?
And if you really believe that, Arnab, it's incumbent upon you to tell us which leaders are among those who are opposed to his candidature, because I don't know of any. You are privy to some information. You have excellent sources. You can perhaps reveal this and make this debate much more interesting, so that then we ordinary spokespersons can go and ask those so-called competitive leaders.
Sorry, thank you for that.
That is this indeed true? What Arnab Goswami, what he said on television, whether it is really true or not.
I will not reveal my sources. I will not reveal my sources. I will not risk losing my sources by revealing them.
I think it's in the public interest. It's in the public interest. I honestly don't know. I have no doubt that there are other aspirants in the BJP for the Prime Ministerial post. But whether they indulge in such skullduggery to stab Modi in the back, I don't know.
I don't know. There are a lot of BJP leaders who have been calling up Mr. Sangma saying you are going to be the candidate. There are a lot of people who have been calling up Mr. Kalam saying don't worry, we are going to make sure that those people who call up Sangma are cut to size. We know what's going on in the BJP. There is a lot of shadow boxing which is going on these days. But
Arnab, Nitish Kumar.
Yes.
Arnab, Nitish Kumar would not be playing anybody's game. Would not be playing anybody's game.
He's playing his own game.
No, I mean, the man has over the years acquired a stature of his own. I mean, if you think that he's doing things at the bidding of some people.